Little explanation as to our disappearance for the last couple of months. Happy Tuesday, we're back. Right, as you can see, I haven't been down for a weeding session yet, just a few visits to the plot just to bring things down. So as you can see this side, I've got to clear these weeds in order to get my Cavolo Nero in. I'll get all them in this one. And then we've got some Calabrese green to stick in this area. I don't think we videoed what we did with the onions. I think that was the tail end of where we had a break for, I think it's around a month now, isn't it? So I think one day we just came down and plonked some of the onions that needed to go out in here, trying to protect them from the allium leaf miner. So we're trying them in the brassica cage this year. May work, it may not. It's looking good so far. There's no sign of them here yet. So again, these are a few little onions here, and the other ones are the shallots. Looking great. Broad beans, look at those. That'll be plenty for Trish and I, just at the end of those beds. Pea bed needs weeding. These are the edible peas. They are down both sides. A few little gaps. Definitely needs weeding here. You can see I did the other bed the other day, and those are my sweet peas. And look what I've got there. An asparagus, middle of nowhere. Those are this year's parsnips, need thinning out. But there'll be plenty if I end up with 12 parsnips, that'll be good. Carrot germination sporadic, but there's carrots in there and I can re-sow in the gaps. Sweet peas doing all right, going a bit yellow, could be the weather. And the little ones down that far end there are looking even more yellow. I'll give them a feed. I've weeded both garlic beds. There's quite a lot of weeds in there. I've seen a couple I've left. I've left some calendula in there just for a bit of flowerage. But other than that, they are looking great, considering this chives here. See if I can find one. Here we go. Let me show you. Can you see the little dots along the length? So that is pretty close for my liking to there, but we'll keep an eye. Quick look in here. I did do these broccoli rab, but as always, gone to seed. So I'll leave them there for the wildlife for a little bit. The rest of the red drumhead cabbage definitely need another half a day weeding. They're not looking too bad. My 9-star, I think I need to come and harvest some more of that. We ate a load yesterday and there's a load more again. Right, and these are going to be my 2 tomato beds. Got to do a little bit of weeding on these. I'll get the oscillating hoe out just before I put the tomatoes in, probably Thursday. Those are the turnips. Looking all right again, more weeding needed. Can't have a month off and expect them to be no weeds. I've got work later, so I don't want to overdo it today. My first day back, doing half a day. There are some gaps on the lettuce, so I'm now going to just take the spare ones out of the tray and fill in the gaps. Happy Wednesday! Down the right pear plot. Today's jobs are to get the tomato frames built on plot 1. That was the job of yesterday. I never got round to it. I'm still playing catch up after taking a couple of months off. We have been up to the... I'll never get this video done. Right, I'm back. After 2 interrupted phone calls. Little explanation as to our disappearance for the last couple of months. I had a bit of a health issue going on, so I've had to have that investigated. Still waiting for results, but I feel good and we're back at it. I think we'll take you on a little plot tour, shall we? Just see what's occurring. Right, this is soon to be cleared for my tomatoes. I think I'll probably start at this side. get my halos in there. Got a nice sunflower there, some marigolds. These are all my other tomatoes that I need to build a frame on plot 1 for. I've got the 2 beds down there that I've come down today to build the structures. Potted these up yesterday. Brad's Atomic, Crushed Heart and a Tamand. Again, a couple of these were destroyed in the van, unfortunately. In fact, the Crushed Heart didn't germinate from the seeds I bought, so Clare over at the veg plot, oh, the veg plot thickens, the Farmyard Garden sent me, so thanks for those, Clare. I do need to look at these squash and cucumbers and get them maybe potted up into bigger pots today. More peppers. Here's Luther. We had to cut quite a few leaves off him. He wasn't liking it indoors. Got some sort of virus, but I potted him up yesterday and there's a lot more growth coming at the top, so I think he approves. Got a nice gap there. I'm thinking I'm going to put my onions in there, and I'm going to do that in a minute. It's got the netting already on, I might as well make use of that. And the parsnips, got to thin them out, but they've done amazing. Can't beat the Gladiator F1. There's my single seed potato challenge bucket. Finally got round to doing it. My goji berry and some strawberries and some more zinnias. Asparagus we're leaving for another year. I think we picked 4, but we are going to leave them to strengthen up for next year.
In this crazy life we live, we all need someone to hold, a friend to light the way when the world starts to unfold. Through all the ups and downs, the highs and lows we share, we'll stick together, ride or die, let's show we really care. Through thick and thin, you've been there by my side, a shoulder to lean on when the tears couldn't hide. You're the one who lifts me up when I'm feeling down. With you, my friend, there's no need to wear a frown. Friendship, oh friendship, upon the storms and sunny days, together we'll walk this road hand in hand.
Those back over while I go and get a watering can. And there we have it. My bulbing onions are in. Right, trying to build this tomato structure. So it's quite a lot of canes. That's for 6 tomato plants, 3 this side and 3 that side. So that's 13 canes per 6 tomatoes. So I think that will be 2 more along that one bed. I'll just heighten these up a bit if I can. So obviously the idea is to have these at the top to tie the strings to support the tomatoes in each one of these. I think last year I might have had another pole going across there, but I don't think I'll need that. I think that's quite sturdy. So with the canes I've got left, I'm going to build that again onto the end there, and then we'll come back. Right, I've done that much and I'm gonna have to go. I've got a headache, I can't shift. I'm starting to feel a bit ill. So that's as far as the tomato structure has got today. I'll come back another day and get the tomatoes in. Happy Friday! Bright and breezy. I think it's about 9 a.m. But I needed to come down and check on the greenhouse. As you can see, I left the door open. We popped down, wait for the sirens, we popped down yesterday quickly just because of the temperatures we'd had. Let's remove that. And everything in here was looking very sad. Too hot. All the peppers have come back. I think that's a sunflower in the corner that didn't make it. Luckily, everything else has made a comeback. Everything. Yes, so today's job is to get my tomato structure down on plot 1 up and get these tomatoes out. Luckily, everything else has revived, including the squash, cucumbers, courgettes. I'm happy. They're doing all right. Oh, look. Kerry, dog on the plot, my Andine has sprouted. These were bone dry. I'd left them in that tray, obviously getting the most intense sun on them. The compost had all dried up. Let's see if I can get in there. And those were my second sowings of beans. I had nothing the first time, so I am so relieved. I think the Andine, I've got to find the sugar pies actually, find out where they are, but everything is still well watered from yesterday. So let me crack on and get that tomato structure up down there. Good morning again from this side of the camera. I'm going to just dig in my peanuts. I found a little space on the beds next to my tomato rows down on plot 1, so I'm not sure of the spacing. I think I've done just over about a foot, but I've got 10, I think it's 10, 9 or 10 peanuts. So I'm just going to take my trowel and get them in, and then we can concentrate on what tomatoes we've got and get them tied in on the tomato frames that I've Anybody else got their peanuts out yet? Let me know. Not doing anything special in the mulched bed. Let's see how they go. Happy peanut growing. Right. That is what I've got to finish now, is the tomato structure. I've seen some others that just literally leave it like that, but because I'm growing one each side of this bed, so they'll be in pairs going down, I want the double canes to tie the strings to. So that's my next job, to get the other side looking like this side, and then I can get those tomatoes in. So let's go and get 22 tomato plants. So I'm just going to go and get myself a tray and get 22 tomato plants sorted on here. One tray. So we have a black truffelli. We have trusty sun gold. Alice's dream. Got to be careful with these. Haven't all got support in. That one, great specimen. That's another Alice's dream. So I think I'm going to keep that one for the greenhouse. So, lovely pork chop, big yellow beef steak from Ali in Canada. I don't think I showed you guys when I brought the tomatoes down from home a few weeks ago. I had a slight accident in the van. A bag of compost fell on them, so some became a bit of a disaster, unfortunately. That's another pork chop, but it is making a little comeback, so that may go in a bucket somewhere. The beef steak, a Tamand F1, San Marzano in a tiny pot, but doing amazing. I need to just tidy these up as well, just take some of the limper leaves off. So what's that, 6? This one is very precious. This is a Tim's Taste of Paradise. I think one snapped, so I lost one of those. I think that's my only other one, so I'm going to protect him in the greenhouse. A striped romaine, grew them outdoors last year, they were great. SS, not quite sure, I've got my list, I'll have to have a check what the SS is. A sunrise jazz, so I think I've got more tomatoes than I actually thought. I must have sown some more. So a sunrise jazz. Right, this is my Rebel Starfighter. I think I lost one of those as well in the move, so that one will be a greenhouse. Copper River, that's halfway. This is a Rutgers, and I think, so we don't have any more accidents, I will take those down to the plot 1, and get the first 11 just in their final places. I'll come back for the next 9. Back. Let's go. Black truffelli. Black Russian. Right, that's another pork chop, so I'll leave him down there. I'll plant these a little bit deeper because they are quite long. That's a honeycomb F1. I think that's a little cherry again. Right, that's a golden sweet F1. I don't know if I already took one of those down. And that's a Dr. White Cheesy Yellow. Again, another cherry. Right, and this is a Rose Crush that got a little bit crushed, but he's repairing himself. So if I tie that one in very well, he should do okay. Yeah, I think he's snapped here and snapped here, but there's new growth. So that might be another bucket one with a support. We'll see. Right, this is a black Tula. I think it's the same as, there's another variety of tomato and it's the same one. Again, this one got snapped. It's very bent here, but I think that needs like medical attention. So that will go down there for now. So luckily I've just found the other one, Black Crim. I think Black Crim and Black Tula are the same. I think it's just a different name, so I will take the Black Crim to plant down on the beds. This is a green zebra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think this is going to be one of my favourites. Lucid Gem. Very strong plant. Very strong. Maybe 1 or 2 more. Pink Boar, another one from Ali in Canada. I think that is one of her favourites, so that's going out as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think 2 more. Striped romaine. Right. Let me take them down and we'll see where we're at. I've got my bloodfish and bone down there. I'll take my little trowel, got my scissors and my string, and I think we're good to go. Let's go. Here's the rest. Oh, one short. One short. Let's go. Right, I'm not going to bore you and show you planting all of those. That's the first 3 in. Just to make it look pretty, I'm going to use alternate string, blue, green, blue, green. Why not? Thanks Tricia, she bought those. And I'll work my way along this bed. Each one of these is a different variety. I've got one left to choose from, and that will be a job well done. And I'll bring you back at the end once they're in, and I may start these tomatoes in this bed. It's slightly shorter bed, but I should only lose out by 2, I think. Push come to shove, I could stick another couple in there, but we'll see how we get on. Right, there we go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22 of 2024's tomato varieties. I'm going to have a quick, got the shakes, going to have a quick meal replacement shake, and then I'm on to bed 2 to get the rest out. And I may even get time to put some marigolds, the ones that have germinated and not been eaten by the slugs, in between the tomatoes. Well worth the effort. Another quick job. I've got some moonlight beans, some rattlesnake beans and some trail of tears in these 3. Over that side I've got the same, the moonlight. I've left a gap over there, that's going to be for the Greek Gigante that the lovely Kerry has posted and should be with us pretty soon, today or tomorrow. And again, I think it's the rattlesnake, no, trail of tears. So that's the trail of tears, that's the gap for the Greek Gigante. I can't even say it. That's the gap for the Greek Gigante. I'll probably put some chicken wire across the other 2 that I didn't get round to last year. The beans still found their way up eventually, but that will just aid them getting their tendrils up and over. As we've seen, the peanuts are in. 3, 6, 9, 10. So there are 10 peanuts in there. As you can see, I've now put in marigolds that I have. And there was just enough, maybe one short at the end up there, to put 2 in between each of the tomatoes. So that's great. All tied in. Lovely. My last job now is to just get some string and put 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 more tomatoes out today, and then I'm calling it a day. So I'm going to crack on now and get this string tied up, and 6 more. I think I'm just going to put the mystery ones out. I've got 10 Plant World mystery tomatoes that Nikki over at the British Homestead said give them a go. Wow, still down here. Decided to make a start on the greenhouse tomatoes. So we have a black troffelli, a garnet, Alice's Dream, San Marzano, another Alice's Dream, a garnet, a black Russian, and a Trinidad pepper. Still got all these on here. So over the weekend when this table comes out, I will get probably peppers in this side, and the rest of those tomatoes will go down on the first bed on plot 1 when I've got some more canes. I'm also finding little areas to plant the odd pepper, so that's in there. I've got some zinnias along here. I've got straw flowers to go in, but we're slowly but surely getting there. And I think I'm done for the day. Busy, productive day. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye. I've been home for a little while now, but I just want to show you. Sounds like a racetrack. Little card from Kerry over at dogontheplot. And finally, I've got hold of some Greek Gigante. And as you saw this morning, I've left a nice little space for those at the plot. Now the dilemma is, do I chip them at home first? I haven't done with the ones that I put in at the plot, so I may do a few chip and a few in, but let me show you the main part of the parcel that came this morning. Let me show you. Look, I have the pleasure of owning 3 like a motorbike racetrack out there today, but yes, I have 3 Taunton Dean 3 Taunton Dean kale cuttings now planted into their own pots. That's Trisha's eucalyptus I've done at the same time to see if we can get another one of those going, but these are amazing. So thanks, Kerry. Trisha and I appreciate all the time and effort it's taken you to do those. Fantastic. Let's, fingers crossed, we have some kale at the back end of this year or beginning of next. Kale all the way. Just been advised to put plastic bags on these. Let me just try these shower hats. If these are no good, I'll go and get some Ziploc bags, but let's have a go at this. So I'll put a bag on each one, like Kerry said, and then just tie it with an elastic band, just for a little bit. Job done. Happy Thursday from the home garden. Before we rush out today, I've decided, not that I've left myself much room, I'm gonna direct sow some runner beans. We've got Achievement and my own seed from last year, the Fire Tongue pole beans. There's my archway, but also those 2 rows are full of potatoes. So I'm going to dig a little bit of the path here and same on that side, and just get some beans in and make use of this archway for another year. While we're up here, that's is it box 14 comfrey? That is going to go in along here once we get the sweet potatoes in those buckets. And these are our small pots of excess potatoes. We really have gone to town with the spuds this year. Ended up double sowing at the end of that bed there, forgetting that I'd put some in already. Second row. And these are some cabbage and kohlrabi. Kohlrabi's down this edge. They went in a few days ago and are doing great. The cauliflower and the cabbage are doing good there too. I needed a longer netting, which I left at the plot yesterday, to get that netting off those so it doesn't squash them, because there's another continuation of that bed into here and again here, just protecting them from the birds at the minute. And guess what's here? More potatoes. In this bed we have a little bit of space at this end, although I did self-direct sow some more radish, but if that doesn't come to anything, I'll get something else in the end of there. These are some lettuce. A second lot of sowing into that bed of those. Self-blanching cauliflowers in there, and a primo cabbage. And then I think it's the Webb's Wonderful lettuce at the end here. And that's the veg side of the home garden. Yeah, it's all filling out nicely, all maturing. Tulips, clematis. Yeah, good. This is what we did with the blueberries this year. Made use of the old blow away little mini greenhouse that just kept blowing over, so we took the plastic cover off, covered it in netting, and we're going to have lots of blueberries after they were repotted up into buckets. The home herb garden is looking amazing. Again, some nettles there, all needs a bit of a weed. Lots of thyme, tarragon. I put in the curry plant down here the other day. It's doing all right. Sage I can smell. Smells divine up here. Just trying to remember the name of everything. Got rosemary here, catmint, tarragon. I've even brought up my, let's go over there and I'll show you that. The lemon verbena. I thought there's a little space there we can get in. There's also a chamomile there that's looking like it's going to make a reappearance eventually. I cannot remember what that is. It's got a yellow flower to it. Oh, I'll have to add the link if I can remember by the time I do the video. But yes, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then we've got this area that we're working on slowly but surely. Those are the ornate rosemaries. That's a lemon mint. We've got the bronze fennel. Look at that, gorgeous again. Some of these little fern things are going to have to be dug up and moved to the front, just to make way for some larger items at the back. Things here growing. Lavender, verbena, lots of things, lots of rescued plants. A lot of these have been free, we've found, but they're doing great. We've just got to dig some holes in and get some more rocks on here and then some wood chip. But all these are looking amazing.